present there on his mind on Wednesday.
Where's your hydration? I got my water bottle. You got your coffee. You got nothing. Who's got water in here? Water. Smart. Thank you, guys.
Look at that, though. Caring about the reporters there. Make sure they were nice and hydrated. I hope our friend Mike Giardi is. It's all about alkaline water, apparently. I didn't like them in my batteries, but apparently in our water now, too. So at least Brady's keeping an eye on all the reporters out there.
And we're back to Energizer. Full circle with Will Selva out there in the newsroom and Culver back here. We don't need any energy because we've got our wake-up call by Verizon. So nobody here at the table is sleeping on this Redskins-Giants matchup. Things are going to look a lot different on Sunday. New York, it takes the field without their star running back Saquon Barkley. Big Blue, though, remaining calm. They're putting all of their confidence, hopes, and dreams into their rookie quarterback at his second career start. Here's Kim Jones with more.
Good morning, Kay. A lot of the talk Wednesday in the Giants locker room, a lot of it, not all of it, was about Daniel Jones and how the rookie quarterback basically plays like a veteran. Here's Sterling Shepard.
A huge lift, not only just how vocal he is and how he uplifts all the other players. I mean, he's smart and he plays with a lot of poise. You can see that, and you don't usually see that out of a rookie.
The other big storyline Wednesday, of course, remains Saquon Barkley's high ankle sprain. He'll be out for weeks. Wayne Gallman steps in as the Giants starter. Teammates including Shepard, Daniel Jones, the rookie quarterback, and tight end Evan Engram all said they have confidence in Wayne. They also acknowledged the huge loss Barkley is. As for Gallman, he said Barkley has already encouraged him. He's told him essentially, do your thing. Gallman seems ready for that. At one point Wednesday, he said, I finally get some touches. That's one way to look at it.
Yeah, that decision to put in the youngster, Daniel Jones, looked like a good one so far for this squad. Let's talk about the other team, though, because Case Keenum seen in a walking boot. Jay Gruden, his coach, pretty optimistic that he will be able to go in Week 4 against the Giants. But could we maybe see the rookie Dwayne Haskins, and do we believe we should see that on Sunday?
The tenor has changed significantly since Tuesday morning. Tuesday morning after Monday Night Football, Jay Gruden came out and was, indignant, saying, hey, this is still Case Keenum.
I want continuity,
I want continuity. It's Case Keenum. Well, Case Keenum showed up in a walking boot to practice on Wednesday, and now you say, okay, well, it's definitely going to be Haskins, right? The X factor here is Colt McCoy might be returning from an injury, so the depth chart is even solidified yet. I think the goal is for Keenum to get well. He said Keenum's a tough guy. Keenum's going to play on Sunday. But I'm not so certain they even put out Haskins if Colt McCoy can go, who's been in that offense for 6 years and is a fan favorite within the building. I said fan favorite. I mean building favorite.
Well, they're fans of him, too.
Yeah. They love Colt McCoy. So I'm not so sure, even if Keenum doesn't go, that it's not McCoy instead of Haskins. And I've said all along, I just put out Haskins. At this point, you're 0-3. Let's roll the dice and see. But I do trust the fact that in that building, they know what's best long-term for the guy because they see Dwayne Haskins, their quarterback for the next 10 years. They don't care as much about Week 4. Is he going to be on the stage? Or if he's going to eventually get in there at some point. Don't sleep on Colt McCoy being the guy.
Can I tell you, I don't hate it either. Listen, if you're not going to start the rookie after being on Monday Night Football, being down 28-0, when are you going to start him? And I don't hate it. The Redskins have had 11 starting quarterbacks in the last 10 years. I don't mind, especially someone who did not play a bunch in college. If they want to just say, this is an investment year. We're going to chalk it up and we're going to pay off 6 years from now, 10 years from now, and we think this is what's right for our team. I know there's an urgency, get him in, but if they're saying maybe Colt McCoy coming off an injury is better than this talent right now, I don't hate it. And I know it's urgent to do it. Nate, long-term, it might be, and I don't mind it.
I don't like it at all. When you look at this season alone.
You want him.
Yeah,
I get it. I respect it.
Kyler Murray, he was thrown out there.
How's he doing?
Didn't look great his first game, but he made enough plays to where they didn't lose the game up against the Lions, right? They improved. You look at Gardner Minshew, who was thrown into the flames. Kyle Allen, I can keep going this season. How about last year? Baker Mayfield, Lamar Jackson. How about before that? Deshaun Watson. Okay. All I'm saying is, rookies are going to take their lumps regardless. Not every situation is going to work out like Pat Mahomes sitting on ice for a year and then come light the league up for 50 touchdowns. I feel like if you want to see what your guy is made of, he's a first-round draft pick. Let him feel his lumps early. Let him go through the pains early. I can care less about him being thrown out.
Can I counter this though? Can I counter this?
Go right ahead.
All right. Eric Flowers is a new tackle. Donald Penn is a new tackle. Keenum's been absolutely obliterated throughout this because the offensive line can't protect him on the edges. If you put out Dwayne Haskins and he's up against Daniel Jones, a fellow rookie, and Daniel Jones looks as good as he did, and Dwayne Haskins completely is a mess, and they're getting sacked and everything's wrong. Is that good for the kid and good for the team in the long run,
You
too?
could Deshaun Kaiser the kid.
Or do you wait till the offensive line gets going, he's put in a position to succeed, and he actually knows the playbook well enough where he can lead this team to a victory? Or are you just doing it for the sake of hope, roll it out, let's go?
They don't have a run game, they don't have anything. And also, I have to ask you, Nate, do you not think that the 1 year of experience matters when you're naming those other guys, those prolific quarterbacks that have really showed up in their rookie year? Like Baker Mayfield, like Lamar Jackson, who have more, even Kyler Murray, more reps under their belt and experience? Does the 1 year not bother you at all?
No, no. I'd rather see a guy on the field sooner than later. I want to see him on the field ASAP. And you mentioned they don't have a running game. Neither did Daniel Jones. He lost Saquon Barkley and looked fantastic. I get it, guys. He might not be ready when it comes to knowing the playbook from top to bottom, but that's up to the coach as well, though. Do we know that he's talented? Yes. Can he throw the ball?
Yes.
Did he light up the boards going into draft week? Yes. So he's a smart quarterback. Go ahead and put him out there. What's the worst that can happen? He could play worse than Case Keenum?
Worst that happens is he gets hurt, or
okay, so we'll just throw Case Keenum out there to get hurt. Was he a sacrificial lamb?
Yes, exactly right. In the investment of Haskins, the silence is deafening. The fact that they did not come out the next morning and say it's over, we're putting this kid in. The team is terrible. I don't think they're going to, and I don't think because Nate, every one of these examples you bring up, I can Mahomes, Rodgers, Favre. There's a ton of guys who waited and helped them a lot.
Kyle, we've all been in this business for a long time. Strager, you know this. Some coaches, I'm not saying it's the case with Gruden, but some coaches are stubborn in the decision that they make, and they want to prove to everybody, you know what, I was right when I went with Case Keenum. I was right when I said that Dwayne Haskins wasn't ready. But sometimes that comes...
They still might go to Haskins, and I think long-term, they love Haskins.
Yeah.
Like,
No doubt.
Her positive.
No doubt.
I think they're protecting Haskins. If he's not ready to get out there, and he's not as good a quarterback in the situation at this moment, why just trot him out there at an 0-3 team?
You might end up protecting a rookie and losing your season, and maybe even losing your job. That seat is real hot in Washington right now.
Could you answer Peter's question about what it would look like if Dwayne goes out there up against Daniel Jones and fails miserably, not even because of himself, because of the offensive line and the inconsistencies with this team, and he has a terrible game? Is that worth it?
It wouldn't be the first time, okay? Look at Peyton Manning's rookie year.
Jared Goff.
And he's a Hall of Famer.
Troy Aikman.
So the list goes on and on and on.
More on this with a table not divided.
I want him to play.
I do too.
I mean, it's exciting.